Who enters? Alcibiades, drunk, a beautiful man, hopelessly in love with his mentor, Socrates. And uniquely, in all of these dialogues, Socrates doesn't get the last word. Alcibiades does. Why? Because passion, Plato seems to be saying, is essentially and mercilessly human. And the best that we can hope to do is to quell it through relentless discipline. To Socrates, the healthy life is comprised of constant focus by the individual to excise those forces that weaken or confuse his understanding of the world around him. He implores us to devote our lives to this kind of control, meaning our every waking moment. Socrates recognized what every philosopher and religion, for that matter, in the history of the world, from Plato to Aristotle, from Epicurus to the Stoics, from the Judeo-Christians to the Buddhists, have all observed, which is that the balance needed for a happy life is illusory. And as soon as in our gorgeously flawed human way, we think that we've attained it, we're pretending divinity, and we're gonna crash, like Icarus flaming into the sea. So think about that this weekend, when you think you're on top of the world, and then you pour a pitcher of beer down your throat and chase that upperclassman who's out of your league. Aristotle is next week. Don't just look at it as words. Imagine the scene. These were people. They were alive, like you and me. They thought these things. Breathe them into life.
So I was thinking about doing a sort of contrast between dialogue and chorus in Sophocles.
Yeah, you should check out Nietzsche's Birth of Tragedy. He says that tragedy emerges from the clash between Apollo, god of reason and harmony, and Dionysus, god of intoxication. And that their struggle within our human condition is inevitable, and that is what has produced the most salient form of art the world's ever known.
Tragedy?
What, you don't think so?
I like comedies. You want to see a movie?
No, Miss Greenstein. I'm sorry.
Did you get my note?
I did.
And?
It was very clever of you to write it in Latin.
With the repeated use of the passive periphrastic?
It was quite profligate.
And how I was sending up Cicero with all those alliterative adjectives thrusting themselves into the verbs?
None of this was lost on me.
So?
Miss Greenstein, you are very, very bright and very fetching in your way, but there are certain rules, mores, if you will, lines that we don't cross.
Uh-huh.
I'm not joking, actually, and I'm gonna ask you in the future to refrain. No. No, please don't do that. I'm gonna ask you to open that door, Miss Greenstein.
Lingua sed torpet, tenuis sub artis, flamma denat, soni tu suopte.
Catullus 51, the Lesbia cycle, yes. However, oh, no. Absolutely not. Miss Greenstein. This is not good for either of us. No, Miss Greenstein. No! Restrain your...
Oh, excuse me.
Maggie, please don't go. Miss Greenstein was just leaving. Maggie, absolutely nothing.
You don't have to say anything.
I would never. She went and just, oh.
They're all in love with you. Just like Harvard.
Who told you that?
This is the classics department. No one is more gossipy than you people.
Okay, I am going to Cambridge in the morning. It's just a lunch.